Big Joe or Small Joe finally loses everything he has: his money, his wife, his house, his child, his car, everything, all because he wants to be Big Joe again and trusted the wrong people, even when the good people in his life warned him against everything. Big Joe finally destroyed everything about himself. Guys, it is getting more interesting. Don't forget that the only thing you can do for us to keep bringing out more episodes is to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. Today's episode is not even one that you want to miss, because the karma of Big Joe just started and it did not come smiling. Welcome to another episode. Let me run you through everything that you want to know that happened. I don't even know if to say sorry to Big Joe, because this is just the beginning of his karma. Everything he wished on Clara is finally happening to him. So guys, you guys know that Emeka came to Big Joe's house. The last episode ended where Emeka came but didn't say the reason why. So Emeka came telling Big Joe of a contract business, and that contract, when you invest 10 million naira in 1 week, you will be making 50 million naira. And Big Joe was like, what? It is already looking so promising. Tell me more about it. And Emeka went ahead to tell Big Joe that is a real estate business. His friend is the one in charge of it, and you just need to come and supply them with electrical fittings and some of other things. And when you do it in 1 week, they will give you back your money, which returned to 50 million naira. And Big Joe was so happy. And Emeka said, you are my friend, that is why I decided to bring it to you. Do you know what? Big Joe is not even thinking about how he's going to bounce back and start business with the money he will make. Do you know what Big Joe said? Big Joe said, wow, that means I'm going to come back and become Big Joe again. Kai, Big Joe, you are such a fool at 50. So after that, the issue now was how to raise the 10 million naira. He was now asking Emeka, how am I going to raise? Who will give me the 10 million naira? My question was, why is it that you didn't ask Emeka, your friend, your good friend, to give you the money? Big Joe now as he was asking about how he would get the money, Emeka now suggested, you have a big car, why don't you sell your car? When you sell your car, you make the money. If you want to buy the car again, you can. And Big Joe was like, no, I can do everything, but you see, my car is my baby, I will not sell my car. And Emeka just laughed. At that time, he didn't want to mount pressure on Big Joe, because he knows the game. He didn't want him to, think or suspect anything. He just said, okay, just try and get that money so that you will not lose this contract. And Big Joe was like, I can give my car for Koratara, but to sell it, I would not. And Emeka just laughed and said, just do your thing, and find a way. Don't miss the contract. And then Jonathan now told Emeka that he is going to go and talk to Kennedy to see if Kennedy will borrow him the money. Emeka immediately discouraged him, telling him that the Kennedy I know will not give you that money. In fact, he's going to try to discourage you from the contract. And Big Joe said, just give me time. Let me try my best and see if he will give me the money. After that, guys, Big Joe went straight to meet up with Kennedy and was so excited, telling Kennedy of how he needs 10 million naira. And Kennedy was asking him, you cannot just come up and be asking me for 10 million naira without breaking the business to me. I need to know. 10 million naira is not a small money that I can bring out. Tell me everything. And Jonathan was like, are you giving me the money or not? I need it for a contract. When Big Joe now saw that Kennedy was insisting on knowing everything about the contract, he now told Kennedy that is a real estate company, that he is going to supply them with some electrical fitting, and Emeka's friend is the engineer there, that he just got the contract. And Kennedy was like, who? Emeka? the Emeka that I know? And Big Joe said, yes, my real G. Kennedy was like, I know he's your real G, but this time he's going to send you to prison. And Jonathan was like, I said it. Emeka even said it, that you're not going to give me this money, that you are not going to, you are even going to discourage me. And Kennedy told him, yes, because he knows that I'm not as foolish as he is. There is no way I'm going to accept giving you 10 million naira. In 1 week, you make 10 million naira and 50 million. If it's that easy to make money, there will not be poor people on the street. People will be making money every day. Kennedy was just trying to make Big Joe to reason, but Big Joe is blinded and just interested in becoming Big Joe again. And Kennedy now asked Big Joe one vital question. If that business was genuine, that contract was genuine, have you asked yourself why Emeka did not take it? At first, he seemed cold, trying to listen, but he was still carried away. And Kennedy warned him that, listen, you are not just going to lose the money you don't have. You are going to lose everything and put yourself in trouble. Don't even call me when you finally do this. So, and Kennedy stood up and gave him money to pay up for the drink they had, and he just left. While Jonathan was there cursing Kennedy, wicked friend, this and that, Jonathan was busy counting the money that the wicked friend gave you. And my question to Big Joe is, why is it that Emeka could not give you the money? Why is it that Emeka did not take the contract? Aren't you thinking, why are you not reasoning? Guys, after that, Big Joe came home sad, discouraged. He just came in. The sister-in-law was sitting in the living room, and when he came in, the sister-in-law was asking him, what is it? Jonathan was like, I've been up and about. The sister-in-law said, yes, you look so exhausted. What is going on? And Joe said, I need 10 million naira. There is a contract I got that I need 10 million naira to supply, and in 1 week I'm going to be making that money times 5. As he was still talking, the daughter was coming downstairs, and the daughter said, Dad, this time is not just hunger that will finish you, but you will go into prison. You will go into prison. And Big Joe was like, what kind of a daughter are you? What kind of thing? What are you wishing me? You are wishing me to go into prison. Don't worry, I'm going to make that money. I'm going to succeed. There are people that believe in me. That people that are giving me contracts. My friend Emeka. And what's the name? Benny was like, wait. So this contract is actually coming from Emeka. Oh, Dad, Emeka will soon send you to prison. Emeka that doesn't even have your best interest. This is the person that is offering you this contract. The daughter was just trying to talk to him, but Big Joe was just, blinded. He's just thinking of becoming a Big Joe again. And the daughter went ahead to, keep telling him, very soon you are going to land yourself in prison. You are going to destroy yourself. As the daughter was still talking, Big Joe couldn't take it. Big Joe ran after the daughter, chasing the daughter. This girl, I will kill you. Are you here to wish me? It is your mother's and mother's family that will end in prison. And when he was chasing the daughter, the sister-in-law was like, you calm down. A little thing, you start chasing. Big Joe is a very petty person, very, very petty and ready to do anything. So when he came down from the staircase, the sister-in-law asked him again, how will you get the 10 million? I was just telling the sister-in-law, if you have any way to raise the money, help me. If you don't, just let me be. The sister-in-law couldn't do anything, and that place passed. Big John went ahead to go and meet up with Emeka, telling Emeka that, see, my friend, it seems like this thing is not working. I tried talking to Kennedy. Kennedy did not give me the money. And Emeka was like, I told you now, Kennedy has never wished for your progress, this and that. Do you think I told you before? And Jonathan was so down. And that is when Emeka now came in, telling Big Joe that there is going to be a way out. And Big Joe was like, you're always saying there is a way out, tell me. And Emeka suggested that there is a guy that he's going to introduce to Big Joe, and that Big Joe, you are going to give him your car documents, and the guy is going to give you the money. And Big Joe was like, just car documents? Emeka said yes, and Big Joe was so excited. Big Joe, they have eaten you dry. Emeka have used you to do his contract. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Big Joe, you are so foolish. So foolish. And Big Joe was so happy. I was telling Emeka, do not worry, I'm going to bring the car documents to you, everything you need. And Emeka just smiled. He has succeeded with everything. And Emeka now told Big Joe that you need to be fast, very fast. You need to go and meet with the engineer, do the costing, go to the market, this and that. He was just trying to make everything genuine, everything work out for his plan. So guys, after that, Big Joe, Emeka wired the money to Big Joe, and Big Joe was so happy coming back home. Big Joe was just dancing, winner, oh, Big Joe, you don't win, oh, winner. The sister-in-law and the daughter came out from the kitchen, and everybody was just looking at Big Joe. Big Joe continued singing. After singing, he was like, there are people that believe in me, not some people that don't believe in me. Don't worry, very soon I'm going to shock them. He was just throwing shade. And the sister-in-law asked him, Big Joe, what happened? And Big Joe said, I have 10 million naira sitting in my account for the project, for the contract. And very soon that 10 million naira is going to turn to 15 million. And the sister-in-law was so happy. Big Joe was so happy, throwing shade of how he's going to shock the enemies that didn't believe in him. How he's going. The daughter was just looking at him like, Daddy. She didn't say anything, but in her heart, I don't want you coming back in a few days crying like a baby, like a toddler, because people know that very soon Jonathan is going to come with suit and tie, with his just suit on his shoulder, crying like a baby, looking for who to cry on his shoulder. I was just singing, celebrating, and he went upstairs. And the auntie asked Benny, why are you laughing at your father? Benny said, I'm laughing because very soon this laugh will turn to tears. And the auntie said, are you laying a curse on your dad? Don't bring curse upon yourself. Nobody is going to cry in this house. Everything is going to be fine. And Benny said to auntie, you were here when Hank's own happened. He messed the job. He later got another job. He messed it. This one, I'm sure my father is going to mess everything. And very soon he will come back crying. It is not cause. It is the reality of what I know my father very well. As they were talking, Big Joe was still upstairs celebrating. Here comes Big Joe on his bed, tumbling, rotating, celebrating of how he's going to shock his enemy, how he's going to be Big Joe again, eating chicken and turkey, carrying creamy girls. I'm like, Big Joe. So guys, after that, Big Joe went to the estate site to meet with the fake engineer. Oh my God. And he was showing the fake engineer the current prices of those things, and the man was like, how fast can you supply this? And Big Joe said, very soon. The man said, can you do it tomorrow or next? We need it immediately. And Big Joe said, no problem. And the man now advised Big Joe to please make sure you get the brand they need. They were trying to make it look real, but an intelligent person could know that this is not real. Everything, the way they were hanging out, but because Big Joe is carried away and trusted Emeka. So after that, the man left and Big Joe left. Big Joe came back to meet with the man again, and the man was now, Big Joe was giving him the update about everything, and the man was okay, everything is fine. I'm going to submit this to the finance department, and they're going to process it, and they will get back to you. Deal was done, everything, and Big Joe was so happy. After that, Big Joe left, and immediately the guy called Emeka to tell Emeka it is done, everything is done, and just said that Big Joe has supplied those things. So finally, the guy now met with Emeka, And Emeka was, telling the guy was telling Emeka how everything, went, that Big Joe have supplied everything. And Emeka was so happy, telling the guy that he cannot wait to see Big Joe crying, shrieking, his car gone and everything. And the guy was asking him, what come up, what was the big, what is the everything that is, what is behind everything that just happened. And Emeka now said that he actually got a contract, but he decided to use Big Joe to get that contract. He was supposed to submit those things, so he now made Big Joe to give his car as collateral and now supply those things to him. So Emeka has actually supplied those things that Big Joe supply and supply it to the real people that he is working for. So that contract, it was actually Emeka handling it, but he didn't want to spend his money. He used empty head, which is Jonathan, to achieve it. So Jonathan willingly gave Emeka 10 million naira in the not just giving 10 million naira, and we know that the car costs more than 10 million naira. In the process of giving 10 million naira, Jonathan also lost his car. Just tell me how Jonathan just foolishly messed himself. And the guy was telling Emeka, this guy must have done something really bad to you for you to do all this thing. And Emeka said, this is just the beginning, I've not finished. Very soon I'm going to see him cry. That what they will do is, after 1 week, they will start mounting pressure on him about the car. The person that he borrowed he borrowed money from to keep the car will start mounting pressure, and that will be the beginning of him losing his car, because his car is gone, guys. See how foolish Jonathan, life came to you easy, but you destroyed the opportunity. You had a good wife ready to support you, ready to do everything together, but you messed everything because you are looking for a woman you will control and put under the carpet. You are looking for easy way. You are looking for life that you will be in charge. Everybody will be lying down saluting you. That is why you have put yourself into all this trouble. I cannot even wait for the next episode. Let me see how Jonathan will start crying because he has lost the car. Very soon now, they're going to chase him out of the house. 3 months is almost gone, and Jonathan will be back to nothing, all because of pride and ego. I hope we all are learning things from this series, because it came with a lot of lessons that when you calm down, you are going to learn a lot and amend some aspects of your life. Because trust nobody but only God. Trust nobody and do the right thing. Guys, please share your thoughts in the comment section. What are your expectations in the next episode? Leave it in the comment section. Share everything, like, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Let's wait for Big Joe reaction when he realized that his baby car is gone. It's going to be hot and hilarious. I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.